I'm Todd Waffle, and I'm not an umpire, I'm the umpire. Oh! You're out! The commissioner of the Culver City 18 and over slow pitch softball league came to me and said, Todd, spice things up. Oh, Spider-Man! 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 Oh, you're out! Oh, well for the day, you're out, Pop! Spicy enough for you?
Well, you know what? At the beginning, I thought it was pretty funny. It was all right. But now it annoys the hell out of me.
Oh, you're out! And I f***ed you! Wow!
Yeah, somebody better do something about this guy before it gets ugly.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, the box score starts now!
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock here in Los Angeles. Of course, after Sunday Fun Day, you find me here at the bar. I'm joined as always by the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, you talked a lot about Tony Stewart today. Paulie, I know you're friends with him. What do you think the chances are you guys land him first?
It's going to be tough because we do have a bit of a relationship with him and some of his representatives. But I would guess, and Dan mentioned this on the show, that he would probably pick a NASCAR driver, former driver, media type to talk to him because I think there'll be more understanding with an interview. That being said, they may go the other way and say like, hey, don't go with a friendly person like a NASCAR media person because then it's going to seem like, well, that's one of his boys that's doing him a favor. So I don't know if that gives you any more inkling, but as of right now, we don't have him.
Well, we can't be sure when he'll come on, but we did ask the boss if he did get him, how forthcoming he thought Smoke would be. Here's what he said in Boss's thoughts.
You can tell the truth and might get in trouble if you tell the truth. So I don't know how forthcoming he'd be. You know, he's got to obviously protect his brand with this. So I don't know if I'd get the honest answer. I might, but maybe the more honest he was with it, the more dangerous it would be for him. Because he might say, look, I saw him and knew he was angry. I accelerated to try to move out of the way. I don't know, but there's still questions left to be answered, and the question is, will he answer those questions later this week or ever?
Yeah, I agree with Dan. I think that Tony, if he did an interview, would be pretty honest, very honest with whatever happened the other night. When I used to work with him, one thing, sometimes we'd be preparing the show, and I would say, hey man, I don't know if you should say that. He'd be like, what do I care what anyone thinks? But then again, sometimes he would be cautious because he's also a businessman and he's a team owner now, which is a lot different than the days when we worked together. So I don't think he would flat out lie to Dan about what happened the other night. But maybe that's me being hopeful.
I don't know. I mean, you know, the more I look at this story, I don't think it runs as deep as we're sort of letting it go. There's like this big conspiracy almost about whether he did it intentionally, which I really don't believe that it was intentional at all, not from the minute I saw it. But that being said, he does have to speak. He does have to hold some kind of press conference or do an interview or something where he's answering some questions about that incident and what he saw and what he didn't see.
Yeah, I have to believe too that it was just a tragic accident, but you know, they're investigating it further, and you know, and then they're bringing up previous you know, instances with his temper, and you know, in this kind of car, and you're revving the engine, and in a split second of anger, you don't know what's going through someone's mind. But until we hear from Tony, you know, you got to give somebody, especially in something this horrible, a benefit of the doubt, and give him a chance to explain in his own words what went down at that moment.
Yeah, I would think though Dan brought up a good point though. Any little detail, I'm not sure if Dan said it this way, could be used in court. So he might say something that feels completely innocuous at the time, to him even, that could go back to court, not necessarily to be a criminal trial, but who knows, there could be a wrongful death lawsuit, which isn't even like any kind of intent. There could be all sorts of legal stuff that came out of this, so maybe he does have to hold it back and lawyer up a little bit.
Right, the incident brought out a bigger issue in the world of NASCAR, and the boss proposed this solution to it.
We've let drivers become, you know, they're the personalities with NASCAR. I'm upset and I'm going to go challenge you.
I'm going to get out of my car. I'm going to throw my helmet at you. All I need to do is say, if you get out of your car and approach another driver in any way, shape, or form, we'll sit you down for X number of races. Tony Stewart's done it. Some of the biggest names. Stewart's probably done it more than anybody. Some of the biggest names. You know, Jeff Gordon's done it. Danica Patrick's done it. You can't allow it.
You know, when Dan said that, it kind of struck to me. He goes, NASCAR has made the drivers the stars. It's not a team sport. They're the only options. What are the tires going to be the stars? So I thought it was not to insert humor, but I thought that was an ironic statement. Dan's point was these let the drivers, I think, and maybe Paulie can correct me, go out, bend the rules a little bit, or go beyond the norms of what they should be doing to become bigger stars than really what they should be.
NASCAR usually polices after the fact. They don't put a lot of rules in place beforehand. They don't have a lot of rules in place. It's always, they govern after. They're never going to put a rule in that says a driver can't get out of his car after a crash, because if he pauses for 2 seconds and a flame flames up and he dies, and because there's a NASCAR rule in place, that's bad. If he punches someone in the face. So that's not going to happen, but you know, the problem is these short tracks, these little dirt tracks, have no rules like this. It's track to track has their own kind of like local rules.
I took Dan's take there to mean that it was always just about the driving and who was the best driver, and now the drivers have become showmen, and they're now personalities. They're not just drivers. There is a whole side, like he's sort of the bad boy of the bunch, and hey, this is the good, clean-cut guy, and there's a little bit of a WWE feel to it, and I think that's kind of what he was reacting to, is like, stop all the showmanship. It's like the driving and everything is good enough. You don't have to do all this extra stuff.
Yeah, but that will never happen either, because they need storylines. They're an entertainment business. They entertain while driving. And if you know, Tony Stewart cannot leave his car and has to sit like this when he wants to go punch Joey Logano, you wouldn't have one of the wilder moments of the year last year or 2 years ago.
But then again, could this change that? You know how, and every time, unfortunately, it takes a tragic death to change rules on every sport,
always, yeah.
Especially in NASCAR. What kind of changes? I'm asking you to put your.
But the thing is, NASCAR has no governing body, I guess you'd say, over dirt tracks. I guess these little sprint cars, they could tell them, hey, stay in your car till the emergency crew gets there. What if he gets out when the emergency crew gets there? And then he runs down and does the track. So he did follow the rules.
And to Paul's point with storylines, the sports to many, you know, I haven't seen the ratings, but from what you're reading here, the sport is struggling. And then if you add in, everyone's got to be like robots and can show their personalities and have kind of the good guy and bad guy image, it's just going to plummet even further.
Right, but is part of the success of the sport having danger in it and the threat of very serious injuries?
The sports are inherently dangerous. There's a certain amount of, it's never a good idea to run on a track that there's cars racing around.
Driving danger, getting out of your car danger.
No rule is going to make that more acceptable or more safe or anything like that. There's a certain amount of almost just sense to not do that.
Yeah, I don't think much will change because it didn't happen on a NASCAR track, but could be wrong.
Tough time over the weekend. Well, we'll lighten things up a little bit after the break. It's someone's birthday who's near and dear to the box score.
This is the Hulkster. Oh yeah, brother. You're watching Brock and the Danettes on Audience 239.
Welcome back to the box score. Boy, Hulk really let himself go since his days. Today is Hulk Hogan's birthday, and we wanted to see if you guys are Hulkamaniacs since he's such a big contributor to the show. So let's have a little Hulk Hogan pop quiz. It's row versus row. Shall we begin with the front row? On January 23rd, 1984, a day we'll all remember, Hulk won his first WWF championship by pinning this wrestler. Who is it?
You know?
See, I don't go much past like Mr. Fuji.
Oh, back then?
No.
Oh, man.
Iron Sheik?
I don't think it was a Sheik.
Randy Macho Man.
You know, then Randy came in later. I remember in the year. I remember the year he slammed Andre the Giant. I'm gonna go Andre the Giant.
Roddy Piper.
Loved him.
I'm sorry, we were looking for the Iron Sheik, which I think the back row knew.
Iron Sheik.
Oh, you mentioned him.
American Pui. Now to the back row, after holding the WWF title, that's a mouthful, for 4 years, the Hulk lost
Easy for you to say.
To who? Here's a hint. He's also a big contributor to the box score.
Oh.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, must
It's
be.
got to be Andre the Giant then.
It's absolutely Andre the Giant. Very good.
Everybody move.
Everybody move.
Front row, 61 years ago today, the Hulk was born in this town, also the home of one of the most prominent golf tournaments in the world.
Wow.
Okay.
Augusta, Georgia?
Absolutely correct, front row. It is Augusta, Georgia.
Hulk Hogan's born in Augusta, Georgia.
Back row, back to you. In 1991, Hulk Hogan starred in this classic piece of American cinema alongside Christopher Lloyd. What was it?
Was he in Back to the Future?
I thought you were going with Rocky 3.
Yeah, I was hoping it was gonna be Rocky 3, but
Christopher Lloyd
appeared in Rocky
and
3.
Hulk Hogan were in a movie?
Fritzy was so excited he thought it was a Rocky 3 reference.
I thought so too.
Thunder Lips is here. I was ready to do my whole.
Let's say Back to the Future 3.
Okay. Back to the Future 3.
I'm sorry,
Not
we
just
were
Back to
looking
the
for
Future.
Suburban Commando. Suburban Commando.
Oh, what?
Oh, I remember
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Suburban Commando.
A little serendipity for the front row. Hulk Hogan made an appearance in Rocky 3. What was his character's name?
Underlips.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. You just give away back row.
They would have known that though.
Thunderlips. Back row, last
No
one.
chance of getting that.
Hogan also put his voice talents to use in this film. You might know this, you have kids. Romeo and Juliet. Which character did he voice?
Sure hope it's Nomeo.
Well, I think it's a
doesn't
trick
know
question. I think it's a trick question. Why would he ask if it was Romeo? It's got to be Juliet.
Real? I got for
It's
it.
got to be Juliet.
Oh, wherefore out there. Answer, it's Terra Firminator. Terra Firminator. Sorry. Well, close.
You guys had the easy ones.
Good job, guys.
Well,
You guys are all
complaining.
Hulkamaniacs
Still paying
in my book. Stay with us. We hand out the mock headline championship belt to whoever we feel like. Welcome back to the box score of the weekend. And the weekend is over. It has been a huge weekend in the world of sports and entertainment. Time to throw on your editor's cap and roll up your comedic sleeves. Let's lay it the smacketh down as we play another edition of
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
I give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, Rory McIlroy wins the 2014 PGA Championship. Let's start in the front row with Holly.
Just want to let you know, Brock, these are all completely phoned in, and here's a Fritzy special. Rory brings his PGA game.
Okay, McLovin, what's yours?
I have stolen this from Dan and a few other people have used this before, but Valhalla at your boy, Rory captures PGA.
Holla. Holla to the front row and Seton.
Much like my row counterpart here, though I'm a Postal Service supporter, I mailed mine in, not phoned in. PG, hey, Rory, nice job out there.
Ooh. That sucks.
Pat on the back for that. Fritzy, close us out.
PG, hey.
Whoa, Zniacki, this single guy's a home run.
Home run has nothing to do with golf.
Yeah,
Singles. Okay.
The second headline, Bears tight end Martellus Bennett gets reinstated after brawl. Back row, McLovin, start us off.
Bear with me on this one, Brock.
Oh.
Bear with me.
Bennett Arnold, tight end, turns on teammates, but they let him back.
Oh, an American Revolution reference. Very nice.
A little revolution humor.
Seton, what do you got?
Benedict Arnold.
Bare dignity, more like barely suspended.
There you go, good for you. Fritzy, what do you have?
You're forgiven, but Martellus, it won't happen again.
Oh, Paulie, your
It's a
headline.
bad day when that's getting cheers.
I knew this was coming. I knew if I went after Fritzy, I would lose Martellus, because I had Martellus, what happened when you punched out the rookie? So I'm going to have to go with Brawl in the Family.
Boyd away, Glenn Miller, play.
Songs that made that. Okay, third headline.
70s reference.
Kate Upton says she was asked to not wear Tigers gear at Yankee Stadium. Seton, take it away.
Lighten Upton, Yankees.
Yeah. I like it.
Fritzy, teeing this one up for you.
No ifs, ands, or busts. Kate can't have Eye of the Tiger in Bronx.
And it all comes back to Rocky. Paulie, what do you have?
Yanks boot Upton from row double D.
I like that. Our best effort so far, McLovin.
Kate the sedate. Upton won't battle draconian Yankees policy.
You didn't even get that.
Finally, the last headline is Johnny Manziel solid in preseason debut with the Browns. Back row Fritzy.
He could play the position just like a ring and a bell. Go, Johnny, go. Johnny, be decent.
He'd be flat. Watch me for the changes. Back to the future. Paulie, your submission, please.
Just like the Dan Patrick Show, Manziel solid and improving.
Oh, snap.
McLovin, your headline.
I have the same headline as Fritzy, basically, but I'm going to deliver it in a more concise manner. Johnny be good. Not great.
Crowd turns. Seton, send us home.
Okay. Brian Hoyer. More like crying Hoyer.
Oh, that's delivery.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. The mock headline championship belt goes to co-champions. The front row, they mailed it in. Way to go, boys.
Yeah! Thank you.
You combined for one good headline.
There you go, pal.
There you go. C's get degrees. Still to come. Cocktails and dreams as we put Professor Paulie behind the bar. Welcome back to the Box Score. I'm at the last call bar here at the Box Score. You guys are at the bar. Also, it's National Rum Day coming up. Paulie, you are the resident bartender. Tell us about your day's mixing drinks for thirsty patrons.
It was pretty spotty. I was more of a doorman, but I bartended a little in college, one place in Chicago, one place in Arizona, one place in Connecticut for a little bit, and one place in New York, but never like full-timers.
All right, I'm going to throw you a little question here. Can you tell us the ingredients to an Alabama Slammer?
Is it Southern Comfort? Oh, man. Man, I don't remember.
Slow gin, right? Slow gin's in everything. As
Slow
a bartender.
gin.
That's
Gin?
gin.
Gin?
Is it? No, I don't remember.
We had gin, sweet and sour mix, orange juice, almond liqueur, and peach liqueur.
The lemon twist.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's not what an Alabama Slammer is. That's how they make it in Alabama, not up here.
Oh, okay. Well, McLovin, let me ask you. You said you wish there was a panic button in the box today. Why was that?
Oh, when you get in there, you're trying to present a coherent thought and get out, but sometimes you realize your A thought is completely boring and you better have something better to entertain people. So you go into a B thought or a C thought and then you're rambling. And then you need to wrap it up. And then you're like, oh my God, I better get over there and have Dan and the guys save me. So, you know, sometimes you can walk out and they'll say something really funny and they'll save you. But I got stuck today talking about nothing and I didn't know what to do.
Like this right here?
We thought it was because of the time you almost broke your glasses and a memory to last a lifetime. So much so that Gary in California made you this, a figurine to commemorate that moment when you broke your glasses and then went lobster hands on us. McLovin, you going to try to keep that out of sight so it doesn't get brought up again?
Oh, well, I was thinking about that. If I move this away, Dan has an eye for detail. He will notice by an hour before tomorrow's show, and then he will make it more prominent because he will know it bothers me. So no, I will not be moving it out of the way.
That video was so good. Let's take one more look at it.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. There go the Oliver Peoples. All right, Fritzy, who is on tomorrow?
Warriors All-Star point guard Steph Curry will join us, as well as Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco.
Okay. Thanks for watching The Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!